instructional website I'm using to learn meteorology. That's the study of the weather. With Forecast Central, you can forecast for over 200 geographical locations around the country. I'm using Forecast Central for credit in my 8th grade science class. I observe weather patterns on the Forecast Central site using a variety of tools like radars, satellites, and maps. Then I make a forecast. The next day, I'll see how close I came to the actual weather for that day. I can view a table comparing my forecast with the forecast of other students. We can even engage in some healthy competition for fun. Forecasting really helps you think about what's causing the weather. I can't believe how much I've learned about geography just by studying the weather. And you can even study exciting archived weather patterns that have developed into hurricanes, blizzards, and tornado outbreaks. As part of the process of working with Forecast Central, I've learned to read special graphs and all kinds of weather maps, as well as sharpen other skills like math. In fact, if your state uses standardized tests at the end of the year, there are even references to help you match what you learned at Forecast Central with the types of questions you might expect on standardized tests. Let me show you around the site. This is the first page you see when you arrive at Forecast Central. As with most programs and websites, there are several ways to do things. If you have an account with Forecast Central, you would log in here. If you're visiting for the first time and want to sign up, there are 2 ways to do that. Your teacher can sign up your entire class at once, for instance, with this drop-down box. Or you can sign up as an individual in the open group by selecting Create New Account. Let's sign up in the open group as an individual. We'll select Create New Account. This is where we start a new account. We'll use Britta for the username. Email address, that's forecastcentralwithbritta@gmail.com. If you're a teacher, select role and division as teacher. Now, page down and select Create New Account. This page is your confirmation that your account has been created. It instructs you to visit your inbox and confirm that it was really you requesting the account. So from here, we visit our inbox. As before, there are several things we can do from here. We'll select Login. Back at Forecast Central, under the View tab, we can modify our account. Now that we're signed in, let's try our hand at a forecast. First, we'll select the location for which we'd like to make a forecast. We can use the drop-down box from the Forecasting Sites tab. Or, we can page down and select a pin on the map. Let's choose San Francisco. A balloon will show up and we'll confirm our choice by selecting the city by name. When the page loads, we'll see several things as we page down. In the example forecasting procedure, there will be several maps and diagrams. The site is constantly improving, and there will be some changes here, as well as other places in the site. Presently, we have the National Weather Service forecasts and observations, as well as computer-generated forecasts for the location. Also, we have current and predicted weather maps and images. For instance, surface analysis, visible satellite, infrared satellite, radar, many graphs, fronted precipitation maps, and more. Although you may not be familiar with the markings on the maps, there are legends which contain full descriptions of all the markings. And finally, when we're forecasting for our own location, we must remember to look out the window and use any instruments we may have around the home, like a thermometer or a barometer. Let's enter a simple forecast together. To enter a forecast, we just mark the date of the forecast. Enter the low temperature in Fahrenheit degrees in the top box. Then we enter the high temperature in the second box. In the third box, we enter the water equivalent of the precipitation to the nearest 100th of an inch. If it is rain, we just enter the amount of rain we are expecting. If it's snow, we must convert the expected snowfall to its water equivalent. An inch of water is roughly 10 inches of snow. We can also enter comments in the bottom box. Then we press the Submit Forecast button, or our Enter key. This will bring us to a page where we can check to make sure our forecast was entered correctly. We can update our forecast at any time until the forecast deadline, 9 p.m. local time. After we have made a forecast for the selected location, it will show up here on my left under the name My Forecasting Sites. Forecasts are automatically displayed and verified so we can compare our forecast with other forecasts. There's also a standings page that can be used to track how you are doing over a period of time. Teachers can also use the statistics page to track the participation and performance of students over a period of time. There's so much more. Feel free to explore and have fun. Hope to see you on Forecast Central.